Hello and welcome back to Nostra Media's official YouTube channel. My name is Kelly and I'm glad to have you here once again. Right? If you're new to the channel, please do well to hit the subscribe button and also click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our valuable content. Alright? Remember, at Nostra Media we make videos to teach you and show you to help you maximize the potentials of all of our software solutions, as well as help you with videos that will help train you on how to use each of our softwares, including our sales software, inventory, hotel management, and all of that. We also create videos to help those who want to dive into development on the roadmap to follow. So without further ado, let's dive in on what we have for today. Alright, so today basically we shall be looking at the reports on DorthPro, which is the final this final stage or the final chapters on the tutorials on DorthPro. Remember, DorthPro is a sales and inventory management system that is used for business operations, just to manage business operations. It can be used by hotels, by supermarkets, pharmacies, retail stores, wholesale stores, and as the case may be, restaurants, and so on and so forth, depending on the type of business you do. So let's now look at reports. We've looked at the admin menu, sales menu. You can check on the videos on the other videos where you see for inventory, for sales menu, the introduction, the financial management, and now let's look at the general reports and also the financial reports on this. Let's see. So I'm taking it step by step through all of these reports. So I want to check let's start our general report, which is the reports menu. Under the report menu, we have the item list, which shows you the list of items that you have. So maybe when you're creating an item and you want to know if you already have that item in your system, you can come and check it up here to see. You can search for that particular item if you don't have it. So the whole idea of items is just to show you items in the system, showing their cost and their selling price. There's a retail price. Only the admins can see this, the cost and selling, the cost price rather. So that's for items. This is different from stock balance. Stock balance shows you these items with their quantity, while items shows you all the entire items in the system. And we have the bank list, which shows you the list of the banks that you've created, that you receive money with on the software. Shows you the banks that you have. Then we have the list of suppliers, which is the list of all the suppliers that you have in the system, your vendors that supplies you product. Then we have sales return report. Now, sales return report shows you the return done on any item, right? So first things first, for all of these reports, most of these reports, there is a date range for all of the reports. So the report only shows you, once you click on a report, it shows you the current day, the report on that current day. However, if you want to check for a previous day or a particular date range, you can always use this date button, this date here, selections here, by selecting the day. For example, select from date, so I can see maybe I want to see the sales return report from on the 1st down to on the 5th, which is today. I click on search. I have to search through the system and check for all of the sales return done here. But once I click on sales return report, it's telling me the sales return report for today. Shows you the item, from which invoice it was returned, the quantity, the amount, and the reason for the return, the time, and the person that returned that item. So we have the total items returned with the total amount here as well. So that's for sales return. Then we have stock adjustment report. Just like we have for sales return report, there is a date range you can search for using the date. So we have stock adjustment report showing you all the adjustment that was done on your inventory. So if you look at our previous on the inventory management video, showed you how do you adjust items based on one or two reasons. So in here now you see the item Panadol Extra, the previous quantity was 49 and it was adjusted to 42, right? So the time now, the time at which it was adjusted was 8:16 a.m. on this current day, right? So and the person who adjusted it, if you want to see see other adjustments, you can always click on this button, on the search button, on the date button, search the date range, to show you all the stock adjustment done on that day. So we have item removal report as well. It shows you the items that was removed, just like for adjustment of item. So we have the previous quantity removed, the time, and all that. So then we have purchase report, and the purchase report shows you the report of all your purchases done on the current day, right? So this is the total amount of items purchased today, 13,600. So when you receive items, the system shows you the report of all the items that you received into the system, showing you the quantity as well. So we have for example, we have the first one here with the invoice number, the vendor, the name of the item, the quantity, cost, and the time received, and the person who received it into the system. Likewise, you can also check date range to see what day it was entered. You can type in the date and you can search. So you click on search to display all your purchases over this period of time that I click. Maybe you want to see your purchase from on the 1st of that month down to the current day of that month, or from a particular day of a particular month to a particular day. Search it to give you the total purchases you've made so far, right? So then we have out of stock. We've looked at this when we did a video on when we did the introductory video on DorthPro, showing you the expiration, out of stock, and all that. So out of stock shows you item that you had before and now you no longer have it. That's the essence of out of stock. Maybe you want to go to the market to go and buy. We have soon to expire, items that have expired, and now items that will soon expire between the current day and in 3 months time. So any item that has its expiration date between the current date and in 3 months time, it will display here. So we have Panadol Extra 12 with 12 quantity, so they will expire on the 22nd of February. We have Emzo Paracetamol 12th of February, which is within the date range as at the time of recording this video. Okay, so we have expired items. These are items that have expired in the system. So whatever you want to do with it. So we have items that have reached reorder level. We talk about reorder level over and over again. So any item that have reached the reorder level, you see them here. Then moving further, we also have what we call item history. Some persons may call it bin card. So this is like a day-to-day transaction. This is like showing you the day-to-day transaction that occurs on the system. Alright, so you can select a particular item and the system will tell you what transactions occurs on that item. So for example, I can select, let's say, from on the 1st of January 2025 down to today, which is 5th. So I can select and say, okay, particular item, let's say Panadol. Click on it. It will display all the transactions that has been that has gone on this particular item. So you see the date, for example, the date here and the time as at 30th January 2025, 9:05 a.m. The opening balance was 0.50 was purchased, and you see the person who purchased, who placed it into the system with their name, right? So as at 9:11 a.m. of that same date, opening balance was still 50, and now if you look down, there was a removal, 10 was removed, and you see the name of the person who removed it. So it goes on and on and on and on and on like that until it gets to the last transaction. So the last transaction here was 8:47 on the 2nd of on the 5th of February, which shows you that 10 items was sold. 10 was sold, and the person who sold it, which is their name. So this now is showing you the current quantity of that item in that particular store. Mind you, all reports are also based on the store. So if you want to check a particular report, you need to log into that store to see the appropriate report, right? So it's not a general report of the whole company. Maybe if you have different locations, you have to check your reports based on that location. So that's item history for your call it bin card. Then we also have purchase by item. What is purchase by item? If you click on it, so purchase by item means you select an item and it will tell you. You select an item, it will show you what the history of purchase for that particular item, the purchase history of that item. So let's say I click from date. I say okay, from on the 1st down till today, let's see what happened to the item. So all I need to do is to select the item name. Let's say wristwatch, for example. I click on it, it will show me the number of times that I have purchased that item in this store. So there's no purchase register for this one. Let's say we check Panadol Extra. I click on it, you see it shows me the purchase register for Panadol Extra between 1st of February 2025 and this as at that time. So if I backdate again, let's say I change the date from on the 1st of January to today and select that item, you see now that there are 2 purchases on that item from different vendors. See the quantity and see the rate at which I purchased this item from the different vendors. The cost for this for ABC is 210, the cost of BSC is 300. How about if I want to check the purchase per vendor, what each vendor have supplied me over time? Say for example from the 1st of January down to date, I'll select a vendor now, let's say ABC Limited, and search. So it will show me all the transactions between I and ABC Limited, all the transfers, all the purchases, to show you everything, what you have purchased from them, and the cost, the time, the date. If I select BSC, you see the same thing, shows you everything. XYZ shows you everything on that, right? Then going further now, there's a report still under the report menu. We have highest selling items. So this highest selling items actually shows you items that are selling more on the day-to-day activity. You want to know which item is generating more revenue for you, the one that is generating the more revenue for you for them. So for today, wristwatch has given us the most revenue, which is 250,000 naira. The category supermarket, and the current quantity right there in the inventory now is 12, right? So that's the essence of these highest selling items. So you want to know which item is generating more revenue for you. So I can also backdate and also say let's say between January 1st down to today, which item has generated more money for me. It's still wristwatch. Quantity sold so far 3 and 750,000 naira is the amount. So what if we're looking at in terms of quantity, which item have we sold more in terms of quantity now, not revenue generated? But you click on most sold items, you see now MCAP has been sold the most for today. So you can also select a date range and say, okay, I want to see which item have we sold the most between these dates selected. You see now Danaseed tab, also 20 Danaseed tab over the particular period selected. Then going further, we have transferred items report. So this report shows you items that were transferred, items that you've transferred from one store to another. You've transferred from your store to another, so you can view to show you all the items that were transferred and the status of that transfer, if it was accepted or not. So you can also use the date range to select. We also have accept item reports. Accept item reports, which shows the items that was accepted in that store. So there was no item accepted here today. If we move over, change our store to Badagry office, you see now if I go to report, I click on accept item report, it displays all the items accepted there, right? Okay, so lastly, not last, we have customer list, which shows you the list of all your customers and their wallet balance and the date they registered. And then lastly, under the general report, we have your list of users, those that are using the system and their status, if they are active, and which store they are located, their role, and so on and so forth. So that's it for the general reports. Now let us now look at the financial report, which many of us are acting. So the first one here is the sales report. And the sales report, we've looked at it before. So the sales report actually shows you your current day sales. So you see I'm at the Badagry office, so there's no sale today. If I click on financial report, click on sales report, there's nothing there. But however, if I switch store to the main store, switch location to the main store, go back to our financial report, sales report, you see now that we have sales that has been done for the day. Okay, so that's for the sales report. Now the sales report shows you all the items that have been sold, the time posted, the cash, POS. At the bottom you see cash, you see POS, you see transfer, you see credit, you see all of that. Okay. So you also see your transfer, you see your credit, if there's any credit sales, see the total credit sales here until you see the total amount. I can click on cash, it takes me to the cash sales list. You can click on all this. So there's also a date range. I can select a date range to show me what I've sold over a period of time on a particular day. It will also show me that. Okay, so going further, we have cash sales, which shows you the cash report and total cash collected for that day, all the transactions collected as cash. We have the POS sales, so all the transactions collected using your POS machine. You see the bank and everything. You can click on the invoice to display which of them. Then we also have a transfer sales list, which shows you all the transactions that had that were collected via transfer. Right, that's for that. Then if you go down, we also have credit sales list, all the credit sales that was made today on the current day. Right, then going further, we have cashier report. Now this cashier report shows you the transactions, all the transactions that your different cashiers have posted on the system. Now each of these, if you have multiple cashiers using the system, or multiple sales rep, or multiple users using the system to sell, to collect money, so as you are posting, the system is recording the transaction against their name. So for example, now today, just this person has made sales. Right, you see with the name, you see the total amount of money collected as POS 4,000, transfer, credit, and you see the total amount he has collected. However, if I want to see what this person sold, I can click on the name of that person and it displays all of the transaction that this person made for that day. You can also select a date range as well to see everything that this person have done here, and to see everything that all your cashiers have done. So you see all of them. There are other cashiers, you see all of them line up here that have made sales. That's your cashier report. You can use it to check each cashiers how much once they are done, they want to remit the money they sold for that day. You can check them using this as well. Alright, so for those people that run shift, once your cashier shift is over, you can use this one to check them. So it only shows you each of them what they sold separately, but you see the total sales for that day underneath. Then we have revenue. Leaving that, now we have something called revenue by category, which we talked about in the introduction video and some other videos we've done previously. So this revenue by category, basically what it does, it gives you the revenue generated for each category on that day. So you see here, perfumes have gotten 8,000. Removing the cost of sales, you see the profit made, the gross profit for that day, and all of that. Pharmacy, supermarket, just like that. You can even click on each category to see the items that were actually sold under that category. If I click on pharmacy, you see all the pharmacy items sold for that day. Supermarket as well. You can also select date range to show you your gross profit from each of these categories. Okay, so at a glance you will know how much you're making from each category. Then moving further to our profit and loss. Now the profit and loss statement is also known as your income statement, shows you what you are making, your profit on a daily basis. So for today, our net profit is 95,400, which is calculated from our revenue, our cost of goods sold, and our operating expenses. Remember, we post expense, we've checked out to post expense under the financial management. So this is your profit for today. However, if you want to check your profit over time, let's say for the month, you have to select the first day of that month down to the last day or the current day of that month. You search, it will give you everything that you have done for that month. Right, so if I say I want to check my profit from a particular month down to another particular month or for the whole year, if I search, it calculates it and give me my net profit and all of that. So that's that. Then going further, we've looked at expense report before, but let's look at it again. So the expense report shows you the report of all the expenses done on your business on that day, right? So it shows you the expense, the amount, the details, who posted it, and all that. Then going further, we also have retail sales. So for those of us that will be doing wholesale, like the professional package users, you see, if you want to see just your retail transactions, you click on retail sales to separate your retail transaction from your wholesale transaction. Your sales report gives you the total sales, but rather it is retail or wholesale. One thing that distinguishes retail from wholesale is the invoice number. The retail sale always start with RT, while wholesale start with WS, right? So, but if you want to see retail sales separately, click on retail sales report. It shows you that. For wholesale, just click on wholesale report to show you the customer with the invoice numbers and everything, total sales. You can click on the invoice number to display the items that are on that invoice, right? So we've looked at credit sales, shows you your total credit. Then we have debtors report. Debtors report shows you all these payments, all the persons that are owing you all that are owing the company, everyone owing the company. Click on debtors report, it will display here. So we have debt payment report, which is a report showing the people that have made the debt that has been cleared for that current day. So this was the debt cleared today. So someone cleared this particular debt for this invoice. You can click on it. So it shows you the customer and the amount they paid for that particular invoice. Then that's for debt payment report. Then we also have customer payment. So customer payment is like the deposit report, the total payment collected from customers today. Before they clear their debt, sometimes they can come and deposit money in their wallet, or even if they don't want to clear debt, they can just deposit. It shows you the total amount, the total transactions for deposit today. The last but not the least is the customer statement, which is very important. So this customer statement helps you know your transactions between you and a particular customer. So you can select a date range, and let's say I want to see customer statement between first and today. So all I have to do, put in the customer name, let's say ABC, or the customer name. Okay, we have XYZ. Right. So you select the customer, it shows you the customer information, their current wallet balance, shows you all the transactions they've made. On the left, you see all sales transaction, the date, and the invoices and the total amount. The total sales they've done with you so far is 7,500. You can click on each invoice to see what make up that invoice, and if the status of that invoice, or if it has been paid or not. Then on the right, you see their deposits, other transactions such as the deposit, payment of their debt, and the receivable, see they are owing you or not, right? So that's about it for the financial report. So that's about it on DorthPro. I don't know if you have any question, you can always drop in the comment. But before we close this video, there's one last menu of just updating to update your package. We've looked at it before. So maybe you want to downgrade your package, or you want to update it to a higher one. You just click on it, it takes you here, select the package. So each package has an amount that is attached to it. So you select it and you continue to payment. Once you continue, it will take you to the payment gateway for you to pay. You can pay either by bank, USD, or you can use your card. Once payment has been confirmed, your account will be updated successfully to the package of your choice. Alright, so thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions or any comments, do well to place it on the comment section, and we'll always respond. So we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Thank you for watching.